Son, it's very tragic to hear about what happened to your RC car. Oh, really? It's tragic. It's tragic, is it? Is it tragic where you disabled the steering, or is it tragic where you latched an explosive propane tank to it? Which part of that was tragic? Son, potato, potato. Listen, today I've prepared something very special for you to make it up to you. I wanted to show you how the police force apprehends suspects without using any force whatsoever. Look over there, son, at the glorious roadblock that they've prepared.
Wait, Dad, so no one's chasing anyone?
No, son, see how it works is they set up the roadblock and then the suspect can't go anywhere, see? And he's stopped when he hits the roadblock. Everyone goes home safe, no one's injured. Promise. See, son, there's the suspect now. Kind of going down the roadway, not very fast. You can see he's not gonna have anywhere to go. The glorious police roadblock is gonna stop him right in his tracks.
Wow. All right, Dad, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, if all those police cars are there, there's no way it could get past. I'm pretty impressed that, wait a second, what is that? What's that sound?
What do you mean, son?
No, there's a weird sound. It almost sounds like a loud roaring of thunder and power.
Oh, son, that's the rockets.
What? Rockets! Dad, I thought you said this thing was gonna be peaceful. I thought you said everything was gonna be all right and everyone was gonna go home alive.
Well, son, see, you and I are going to be going home alive. Everyone else, well, let the lords of BeamNG sort them out.
Dad, oh my God! No! How could you do this to me? That's it, Dad. I'm telling Mom.
Son, this was her idea.
Hello, everybody. GrayStillPlays. We're back with more BeamNG.drive. Out here on the bridge to nowhere. You guys wanted me to put rockets on RC cars. Now, unfortunately, the RC car, there's no way for me to jankily do that yet because the RC cars are far too small to equip this gigantic payload of rocketry. However, there is one tiny vehicle that you can put the rockets on, and that's the sad little pigeon. Now, normally pigeons are pretty pathetic and can't really do too much. But when you strap a rocket that gets this thing up to like 350 miles an hour, it gets really bad. So today, I have prepared a police roadblock, but it is substantially different than the other roadblocks that we've had before. Now, normally the vehicles have a real tough time getting through this many layers of police cars. But when you strap rockets to stuff, it gets absolutely ridiculous. You're gonna have to see just the simple pigeon with the rocket strapped to it is going to blow your mind. Right over here, we have Rod Limpstein. He's wanted for paying for a McDonald's Happy Meal with all nickels. Let's see how well he does. Now, immediately, you can see the rocketry causing a lot of issues. This thing is going very, very, very fast. And when it hits the blockade, if you don't slow things down, time and space gets very annoyed. Right? Are you ready to see the bullet? Are you ready to see the bullet? Here we go. You can see right there, the very first dummy just gets obliterated. Now understand that even as it impacts the second police vehicle, this thing is still traveling at like 100 miles an hour. Gets through the second police vehicle, leans on the third one, all sorts of alien-like tendrils are extending out from all the cars, and finally, everything comes to rest. Now, the rocket is still propelling this thing. It can't go anywhere now, but the rocket is still firing. Let us take a moment to look at what level of damage has been levied on these vehicles. Now, this poor guy over here, I think he's fine. He may have had a heart attack from the fear caused from seeing something the size of the pigeon coming at him at 300 miles an hour. This dude, it's bad. I feel like his bottom torso is facing the wrong direction. Like somehow he's been rotated 180 degrees, but only half of him. The elbow over here appears to be dislocated, and by dislocated, I mean potentially severed and thrown into the jam between the seats. So he definitely got the worst of it. Everyone else doing okay, except for a little bit of fire here and there. Let's give it one more shot before we start moving on to bigger and more horrific cars. Rod has no time for your crap. Let's go ahead and look at this in the cinematic mode. Horror, destruction, sadness for all those involved. You get a little bit of the puff of smoke there coming at you as the viewer, but it still doesn't shield our eyes from what is a massacre of police vehicles. You can see the spotlights just flying through the air like someone flipping hamburgers, but doing it way too enthusiastically. Now, it almost appears like our suspect vehicle does get stopped by the strike force right there, the giant police van. But consider that something the size of the pigeon would not normally be stopped in this fashion. It would have failed at the very first car, but instead, it has managed to pancake 3 cars together. It's like a skewer, you know, like a hibachi skewer. That's what's happened here. Right over here, if you can see, this little microcosm of metal and plastic is what used to be the pigeon. It has embedded itself into the engine of the police car, which has embedded itself into the side of the SUV, which has now embedded itself into the side of the van. Now over here, inside, how are you doing there, buddy? Are you looking okay, or? Oh. For a minute there, I thought he was just doing the splits, but now it kind of looks like, you know, his foot has been removed from the rest of his leg. So, yeah. Want something bigger, do you? Okay. Doesn't look too imposing with that face kind of staring at you, but when you strap a rocket on the back of it, it's pretty horrifying. Right over here, we have Rod Strongballs. He's wanted for eating all the cereal and then putting it back in the cupboard without telling his wife that there's none in there. This thing is very steady. This is gonna be absolutely horrifying. I thought I would get it lined up so that it hits both sets of police cars instead of just one. I think it'll hit both here. It's gonna be really close. Just from the damage alone, it may like beat the crap out of the other side of the police cars. There's the initial hit. There's the backbreaker of pain and agony. And you're gonna notice a very distinct fireball making its way across the BeamNG bridge to death and destruction as vehicles play acrobatics and like vehicular twister over each other. Yeah, right over here, even this vehicle got the bad end of this, and it barely got touched. The front end, where the push bars would normally stop vehicles in their tracks, have been completely obliterated. Go ahead and stop everything over here now that all has come to rest. All the dummies are okay over here. Like, we're not gonna see a lot of real bad injuries. It's right over here. Right over here. This is where a body gets tangled in with the frame. Over here, the suspect vehicle is taking the police car out to dinner. You're gonna notice, it almost appears like the police officer is, like putting his arms out to stop it, because he doesn't want to realize the truth of the situation he's in. All right, I think we're gonna get all the police cars this time. I think we're gonna get, well, all right, now we're kind of going on this side. That's the hit. The tires just get ripped off. Let's go ahead and move things along here and see what kind of RKO out of nowhere gets happening. Yep, it's pretty bad. The only thing is I can't put a person inside of this vehicle because you can only have one or the other. You can either have the rockets or you can have the people. That's why I'm so glad that I have the roadblock over here, because what happened here? How did his hand get disembodied from the rest of him? It looks like he's trying to grope himself. That's what's going on. Let us look at the dash cam, otherwise known as the last GoPro you're ever gonna own. Oh, it's right in the middle. It's what I always wanted. Yes! Bullseye! Freaking bullseye! We got all of them. Even the rocket's gonna start melting this dude over here. I never had the rocket land directly on a person before. Well, a dummy before. This is the only vehicle that didn't get a true 100% impact from the vehicle. You can see though, the impact from the other vehicles, the power of the momentum that was put in there just rocked the side of the van. Everything else is completely in shambles, and our suspect vehicle finally touches down. Look at all the pieces. Just look at the suspect vehicle split in the air. All right, it's done. Look at the pieces that had to rain down. Look at this. It's like Stonehenge, but with a lot more dummy death. I'm not gonna lie, I think everyone's thinking about retirement right now. I guess we're gonna have to go even bigger. Oh, you know what? We could probably even put more police cars out for a bigger blockade and see if it can get through all that first. All right, it's the last thing the police could think of to use at this point. It's a giant cargo truck. Can it blast its way through all of this? All right, here we go. Rolling down the roadway. You can see cinematic cam. The speed picking up ever faster. The engine doesn't even work anymore. At this point, it's just the thruster throwing this thing up. And my God, look at the debris field. I think it may flip its way over the cargo truck over there. I don't think it's going to hit it. I think it's just going to fly over it. Let's take a look. Yep. Goal. Got past it. It counts, I guess. Ooh, man. Now let's take a look at how all the police are doing. This is the one guy right here. This is the luckiest truck. Just this one. Everything else, and this guy made out all right too. Everyone else is filled with regret. It's like, I wonder if there's like a tryout to do this. Like whenever I put my video out, I get a bunch of dummies come in and I'm like, yeah, I'm paying really good in beer and sausages. And in that moment, everyone thinks, you know, I could use a few more, a little bit more meat. But when you step into the arena and you get your organs rearranged by the rockets, sometimes it leaves you thinking about your life choices. You guys are gonna want me to do it, so I'm doing it. I've put a couple of explosive propane tanks in the back of the truck. All right. I have no idea what's gonna happen when this thing hits with these propane tanks in the back. This may turn out to be like a giant mistake on my part. Okay, let's slow it on down and see what the sadness brings. Oh, there's the explosion that happened immediately. The rocket pack went flying off of the vehicle. It's completely independent now. It's moving on its own off into the stratosphere. And the damage is just annihilating. Look at all the pieces. Everything gets rocketed. The shrapnel hitting our cargo truck and denting the side of it. Go ahead and move things along here. There we go. Everything rains down. It's almost like a little meteorite cloud as everything comes down from here. And man, the propane tanks do make everything just a little bit worse. This guy look okay? How about now? All right, we're doing it. It's a drag racing bus with double rockets, and why not? A couple of propane tanks inside, instead of passengers. Right over here, we have Samuel L. Jackwagon. He's wanted for constantly dropping the F-bomb during elementary school assemblies. Let's do this. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad already. It's looking pretty bad already. Oh, that engine. Oh my God, no. You know, I think that the rockets ran out of fuel. Ooh. Let's try that again. Oh, rockets. Do as you need. Yeah, they get it up to speed and then they kind of run out of power. Now, the one thing I saw was that due to the absolute devastation this thing rains down, you gotta slow things down a little bit. Wow. There is no stopping this creature. No stopping this thing at all. Look at the dog pile it's created at what's here. Let's go ahead and, I think it's done at this point. Let's go ahead and look. Oh, it's not even cars anymore. We've managed to open up Pandora's box or something.
Over here, the stuff that's left seems to be okay. If I move it over to the right a little bit, we may be able to get all the cars. I think we're gonna get maximum speed this time. Maximum speed and maximum destruction. Yep, it's gonna hit all the cars. Oh, wow. It just shaved the top clean off of the vans. Look at that power. You got fuel tanks and exhaust pipes going everywhere. I don't even know what happened to this thing over here. Part of it got ripped apart, and just everything else is just obliterated. The sides and the fronts and the passenger seats and the wheels. And the guys that end up getting hit directly, I mean, there is just nothing left. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this episode of BeamNG.drive. We got to see the fastest freaking blockade busting that we have seen yet. At this point, I don't know what to do to make it even more horrifying for next time, other than to show you this sadness from over here. Look at it go. Look at the ridiculousness of it. Oh, it's like a little mobile black hole, just ripping everything apart. That was perfect. We managed to get every single vehicle. Everyone got torn to shreds, and it was glorious. Anyway, folks, if you want to make the YouTube machine happy, feel free to put a blockade in front of the old like button. Until the next time, folks, stay foxy and much love.